everybody, and welcome to part 2 of the garden transformation. I think you all enjoyed the first one with all the views we got. Come back today. I'm going to be sorting out the borders, making the soil nice and prepared for planting, and we're going to paint the fences again as well to get them finished so it looks nice and colourful. So the jobs today, I'm going to start with is the borders. Now down here you can see the plants are not going to do very well because in here we've got a lot of weeds that we don't want. You have to look after these so they don't get in the way and they don't break them. Some old crocuses, but what we've got here is creeping buttercups. Now they're a very big problem because you just need one plant, and by the end of the summer you've got a whole bed full of the stuff. So that's going to be coming out. We've got to watch that. There's also dandelions there too, which will seed everywhere, so we've got to get rid of those. Even though they're good for bees, we can have them in the hedgerows. So I'm just going to go back here and have a look and see the plants I put in earlier. It's been about 3 weeks. The iris here, which came from the old manor house, I borrowed a piece, is black dragon. And if you ever want to find out if you're going to get flowers on them, maybe in a couple of weeks' time, you just feel at the bottom of the stem here, and you sometimes feel the flower bud coming through. It's a good hint. We've got Persicaria Purple Fantasy doing rather well with its black leaves and the diamond shapes. We've got other plants here which I put in that's doing rather well too. If we have a look down here now, this is the turf I was removing and replacing last time. You can see from the two patches here, this is new, that's the old. This one's doing a lot better because the soil underneath was turned over and softer, so the roots have got in better. So what I'm going to do with this here is a little technique called aeration. I think because it's compacted, to do that you need a fork, and you put the fork in and you wiggle it like this. You put the fork in again and you wiggle it like that, and then that gets the air into the roots of the plants, and you can put fertiliser and you can put top dressing on there, which is a bit of soil, and it gives it lots of nutrients and it make it a lot better. And this lawn in a few weeks will be absolutely beautiful. So let's go and get started. Part of the plan is to put a footpath through this area of the garden, so you've got different ways of getting about. So I'm just cutting these edge boards off to make a room for the path. found this log edging, so I decided to put it in here. It was a little bit old, but I thought it would do. So I'm hammering it into position here, and I'm going to fix it into place. But later on I decided, and I went to the DIY centre, that they actually had some better ones, so I took this out to use elsewhere and put 2 new ones in, which you'll see in a little bit, and I think it looks much nicer. So last time I said we were going to paint the shed, and today I'm going to get on and make it look nice. I've cut some pieces of wood to frame the top here, so it looks really pretty. And we've got the beach blue paint to go on here. Finish the painting this black. I'm also going to paint this the same beach blue, so it really will stand out and look really nice. So let's get started. So now we're on day 2 of part 2. We've painted all the fences apart from the bit here, which is next job. It's going to be repaired very soon because it's falling over, so that's going to get sorted out and that'll all be painted black and look really good. I painted the bench, painted the shed, painted the fence here and behind the camera there. 2 coats everywhere and it's looking really bright, and because the orange paint's gone now it doesn't look quite as garish against it. So I've been digging around and about, sorting out the borders. We've got rid of all the weeds, they've all gone. I'm going to make a little feature down here with a path through there, but I need to go and get some bits and pieces for that. Another thing I'm going to do with my secateurs, I've found a Logionimus shrub here and I'm going to cloud prune it into a nice shape. So I may call that cloud pruning or topiary, it's just quite a similar thing really. So I'm going to give that a go and let's see how it looks later. Next few jobs is just to tidy up, make it look decent, presentable till I next come, and then the grass will grow again. I've squashed it quite a bit and the borders will start to establish a little bit more, and of course I'm going to be looking for more plants because that's what gardening is all about. This is euonymus shrub. It's been here quite a while by the look of it. It's got thick woody stems, and these plants are ideal for pruning because they respond really well to it. So you simply cut out the shoots and it puts out 2 more either side, and then it should bush out really well and you start to get the shape. So I'm going to get started on this. It may look a bit brutal, but it will look better in the end. So we're finding the shapes in the plant itself. So we see you have a branch coming out that can be trained into a part of the, we'll call it a sculpture, shall we? We take little pieces off and then find another piece. It's doing it by eye, and don't forget you can't really do it wrong because it will recover no matter what you do to it, within reason of course. So we take these pieces off here, cut that one out, cut these ones shorter. That will get them to bud out, like so. And by the end of the summer, this should be looking something, because these do grow very quickly and rapidly. Now, I do it slowly to start with, so I'm not fully sure where we're going to go with it, but I'm going to take this one out here, and that one out. So we've got a bit of definition within the plant itself. So there we go. Take these ones off. Encourage them to put side shoots out. That one can come off as well to there. I see we've already got the shape here. That should look good. That one. We've got a shape here we can encourage, so I'll snip that one out. Take this long one out from underneath. It may look a little bit peculiar to start with, but it will eventually become something quite different and something you probably pay a lot of money for, but you can do it yourself if you're brave enough. I think I've done enough. I don't want to do any more to it because I don't want to make it look too horrible. It is a long process to get it looking just right. So this is stage 1. I think over the course of the summer you'll start to see it develop more into ball shapes, where I've divided the areas, and of course I've taken the stems off down each stem so you get this ball shape periodically, so it looks like it's kind of being trained that way. 1 or 2 pieces I'm going to tie in with string. Around here I want to pull this one out so it fills this space, and that will form a shape there, and it'll all kind of over time develop into what I'm looking for. It's quite an exciting looking plant, so and it's fun doing this, so it's worth having a go if you've got an old shrub that you might not be thinking of keeping, or you think you can repurpose it or make it look more beautiful. This is a good idea. The next job is going to be tidying this area at the back here, squaring this end off here. We've got some more bricks, I've got some bark chippings, and I've got, we won't be able to see them from the camera probably, but I've been digging these out of the garden, these big pile of stones, cobbles, which is really nice. So I've got those, and those, and I'm going to see what I can do with it to make that look really nice. Let's get started. Well, it's been a very busy time in the garden the past couple of days. We've got lots and lots done. I've got a new path cutting through this area here. I've turned over the soil and prepared it. We've got the 2 obelisks here, which I'm going to grow ivy through, and these are going to be, they will be clipped into the shape of these, because these aren't really tall enough for a lot of climbers, more ornamental. Got the Lichnis coronaria either side of the path, so when these get growing up, they'll be this tall, bright pink flowers, beautiful. And behind there I've got 3 lavender Munstead, and they'll fill the area out. Got a lovely palm tree here, Phoenix canariensis. I've got the existing shrub here, the holly, and the other one here, but this is, I think it's a bird sown one, cherry laurel, Prunus laurocerasus, I think that's the name. So I'm not sure if that's going to stay because the fence has to be changed because it's falling over. It needs to be shored up. So down here I've planted a Cordyline australis, which will fill this space up, get to a really good height if we don't have any bad winters. And existing already is this euphorbia, which decided to leave where it is because it's a bit late in the season to move things. We've got a rosemary there as well. And around this corner here we've really prettied it up. We've put the little light on the door there. I put the chimney here with some little lights in. If you don't want to be having a fire, you can put lights in. And this beautiful wind chime, it just catches the light perfectly. I was really pleased when I saw that. I thought that just made for this garden, so I acquired that. It matches the shed on the cherry blossom. And also the bench has been finished, which is beautiful as well. And I think I deserve a sit down. And on here I have a little bottle of Secret Garden elderflower and jasmine gin. So I'm going to try that. It'd be lovely. So as if by magic, this gin and tonic has appeared. I'm going to enjoy it. Oh, it's delicious. It's so nice after a hard day's work. I'm just going to show you down here. I'll put some other plants in. There's a few leaves and things, but remember me pruning this earlier. This is going to fill out in time. These will make into ball shapes. I said I didn't want to be too harsh with it because it look horrible, but that will form a lovely plant. And so down here we've got a few bits and pieces. We've got the phlox, monarda, bee balm. We've got existing plants at the back, and this is lovely. It's just an ordinary Aucuba japonica. The leaves there, gorgeous with the mottled yellow. It's perfectly hardy. I've got a plant here which is a good idea. This is a herb which you can use for cooking. It's bronze fennel, and this plant will make a big formation here, and they'll get really tall, and on the top will be lots of umbelliferae of yellow flowers, which are really beautiful, and the hoverflies love that late summer. So yes, I think all in all it's been a good couple of days getting the garden ready and sorted, and I think you'll find it's a really nice place to sit now. If only it wasn't just a few weeks ago there was nothing really here, just a tired looking garden that needed a bit of attention. So I'm really pleased that you've been able to join me today, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you can, and I look forward to seeing you next time. And cheers to you all, and very happy gardening.